Well, we begin tonight with breaking news. More than 6 weeks after a chilling circus accident at the Dunkin' Donuts Center that left several acrobats seriously hurt, some of the injured performers just spoke publicly for the first time about the horrifying fall and their ongoing recoveries.
Eyewitness News reporter Susan Campbell joins us live from Boston now with details on the emotional news conference that just wrapped up a short time ago.
Shannon and Mike, we just heard from 4 of the injured performers. As you mentioned, it was certainly an emotional news conference. There were a lot of tears, but there was also an overwhelming sense of hope for recovery. Take a listen to what some of the women said just moments ago.
As you can see, all of us, we are terribly injured. Some of us require many surgeries and still may need more surgeries. We are trying to come to terms with knowing we will never be the same. But we know that we are lucky to be alive. We are learning to walk again, to use our arms, hands, or necks, hours and hours of daily physical therapies. We hope one day we will be healing enough so that we can live our life without this pain.
My dream was to be a star performer. Now my dream is to get up and walk. I will walk on one day so I can take my 1.5-year-old son to a park.
I'm so thankful to God and to many angels for giving my life back and thanks to still live my dreams. And I believe the same God that saved me and my friend's life is the same God that are gonna give our victory.
Combined, the injured performers have undergone more than 24 surgeries. Clifford Law Office is representing 7 of the 8 injured performers. The law office attorneys who are here today say they are investigating, but they say it's too early to determine who might be named in any lawsuits that they might file. For now, live in Boston with the mobile newsroom, Susan Campbell, Eyewitness News.
We're also working in-depth coverage of this breaking story.
We dug deeper today and discovered that this is not the first time the law firm now representing the injured circus performers has been involved in a high-profile case. And
today, the Chicago-based Clifford Law offices told us they've been involved in litigation stemming from the September 11th attacks. They also secured a record $110 million settlement for families of victims of the 1994 crash of American Eagle Flight 4148 in Indiana. Another $43 million for victims and survivors of United Airlines Flight 232, which crashed in an Iowa soybean field back in 1989, and another $40 million for families of those killed when Alaska-era Flight 261 plunged into the Pacific Ocean in 2000.
In 2002, attorneys for Clifford Law won a $35 million verdict in the case of internationally acclaimed violinist Rachel Barton Pine, who was dragged and seriously injured by a commuter train. And in 2006, the firm helped secure a $75 million settlement for victims injured when scaffolding collapsed at the John Hancock Building in Chicago.
At this point, it's unclear what, if any, legal action the victims plan on seeking in connection with the circus accident in Providence.
Stay with Eyewitness News for continuing coverage of the circus accident.
We're going to bring you live reports at 6 and 6:30 with more reaction from the injured acrobats who just spoke out for the first time.
And you can find extended coverage on WPRI.com, including a look back at the original incident and the investigation that unfolded.